Okay, everybody, we are now in the town of Paso Robles, or Paso Robles for you uncouth people. So I'm here on a little trip with the wife and the dog, and so instead of bringing all the paints and everything, I just brought my drawing stuff. So I got my drawing, I've got a tablet there, and I'm just going to sit and draw some of this beautiful scenery. This is a winery. I don't know which one it is. But anyway, it's a beautiful fall day, and so I just want to sit here and do some drawings because, of course, if you've watched one of my other videos, drawing is really important when it comes to plein air painting. You're like, no, I just want to go out and paint. That's it. But you got to do the drawing, okay? You got to do the process there. So in doing the drawings, I'm using basically 4 gradients of, I'm using new pastel, I'm using vine charcoal, and I'm using a compressed charcoal. And so in doing all those together, I'm going to give myself 3, 4, maybe 5 values. I also have like a real light blue for the sky. And so even though the colors out here are just amazing, as we've had a couple of rainstorms come through, the grass is starting to come up, everything comes alive. It's just, the Central Coast is just beautiful as all get out. I really need to bring paints and do this stuff. But anyway, we're going to do these drawings, and we're just going to understand our composition and value structure. And that really is something that you really should do before you can get into painting. Well, anyway, see how it turns out. This is vine charcoal, by the way. Okay, so for those of you who are just catching up here and didn't go to art school and did something productive with your life, vine charcoal is really super soft, and it's great for doing these quick gestural compositions. It's all black and white or whatever paper you're on, and it's really super soft, so it just allows you to put in some gradients, a lot of solid lines, and just really, you can it smudges easily. So that's what vine charcoal does. It's great for these quick little gestural drawings. Anyway, work out some ideas, if you don't want to put some paint to the old canvas yet. Anyway, great stuff. Right, Olive? Okay. So this is the compressed charcoal. It's denser, thicker. It gives like a little bit different texture, as you can see so far. It allows you to be a more precisely controlled, but it still, blends great, this and that. So, you just got to play with them, see what you like. So this is what the compressed charcoal does. You can also get these in shades of gray, like 10% gray or whatever, and it really helps with doing layers. We're going to do that one next. All right. Okay, everybody. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Generally, we're going to do 4, but apparently, I'm told this one's kind of blue, so this will just be our sky color, I think. I don't know. So anyway, so we're going to use these gradients. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the medium dark. Okay, so we're going to start with the medium dark one, and then once we have the drawing in, then we'll put in the darks and then we'll go to a couple of shades lighter to indicate different values of value. The whole idea is you just want to have solid objects that move back in space. That's what we're doing here. All right, follow along. Okay, everybody, so here again, we only had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, we had 6 eventually because I added in some of the charcoal. Because my dark brown, I thought it was a dark gray, but you never can tell these days, what can I say? So anyway, so what we did here, though, is using only those values and the colors we have, it really forces you to, have to, pick and choose what values are where in order to make things work. Because not everything is perfect or works the way it should be. Hold on, we gotta fix this though. So anyway, as as a lot of people say, color gets all the credit, but value does all the work. And so by using just values and no real color, it really forces you to have to work on just the value studies in order to make a scene work. Did you get that, Olive? Okay. All right, let's move again. Let's go somewhere else. Oh wait, no, we're going to do another one of these. Never done another one of these. In case you didn't know if you could sharpen vine charcoal, you can. This is going to be a combination of vine charcoal and the compressed charcoal. Man, I really need to find out where the rest of those went. I used it early on in my planer stuff. I don't know where the fuck the rest of them went. I've looked everywhere. Okay, so let's do this one just on the barn. Just the barn. Again, don't detail it. Just, especially with this, you want to gesturally draw it in and get the idea of the barn, but we aren't going to go gonzo illustrative on it. Okay? The other thing about vine charcoal is you can kind of erase it. Yeah. This is the kind of barn where you'd see zombies coming out of it. Yeah, you're like, oh, let's go in the barn, and then you're like, oh, zombies, darn. Okay, so if you're wondering why this is darker, like you have an opening in a side of a barn, so we're seeing the reflected light against the side of the barn, red or whatever it is, and that's the reflected light coming off of that, still hitting your eyeballs. But when the light goes into a cavity, like it's going into the buildings here, it's actually darker, and the reason is because the light is not bouncing back out, and therefore there's less light coming out of it, and less light means it's darker. There's your physics lesson for today. Now, of course, the whole point is, I mean, now that we have this barn sitting here, let's put them in the scene a little bit, not too much of the scene, but the idea is we want to have the barn sit in the scene. All right, now what details, like, am I going to draw the pallet that's hanging out? No. Am I going to draw the gate that's broken off the hinge? No, not in this one. Now, if it was a drawing that kind of focused on that, then sure, we put that in, but not this one. So we're not going to worry about that. So what instead we're going to do, since this is just a gestural drawing and to work out some composition ideas, now we're just going to put a couple of things in here just to make this barn sit into the scene. Right, Olive? Okay. You know, it's almost so sad that you have like this bitchin' property that's just sitting here so neglected, you know? So derelict and neglected. See how much it is. Okay, so here is what we did by just suggesting in a few lines here and there, and some of the, you know, gates and whatever dilapidated stuff here and whatever, you know, and some of this, you know, foliage that's creeping up against the bottom, we have set the barn into the scene a little bit, you know, grade this out a little bit. Of course, we want to, you know, obscure some lines here to kind of bring our focal area into here. But again, here we're using essentially two shades of black, or gray, two shades of gray. You know, one is just those dark openings, and then the other one's just all vine charcoal, and it really helps you set the values and work out your composition. There you go. Don't forget to sign.